Additionally, I hope you can be as crazy and scrappy as the women can get together. You're aware of your problem. I'm not having any, but since you're leaving your lane once more, someone may need to give that ass a smack. Don't get in touch. With me? Do you? You know you're finished. You're implying that I don't want to skate, kick it, or do anything else with you because I have a song that I pre-recorded and will release today because I knew you would make a mistake. You made a brilliant move, buddy, by beginning to troll after this record came out, appearing as though you knew what I was saying. You're doing the right thing by allowing this to happen while you're playing on TV. Something felt different today, and there was a lot of nervousness in the dimly lit room. Scrappy paced back and forth, his head buzzing with thoughts. I'm not wanting to let this TV stuff actually become something, which is why I don't respond. Gangster, y'all, when I say that, you know what I mean? Scrappy's comments echoed in his head like a broken record when his emotions flared, trapping him in a frenzied mix of fury and disbelief. Bambi revealed a secret that had been kept hidden from everyone for months, and while Scrappy suspected something was off, he was unable to foresee the truth because the warning signs had been. The betrayal pierced Scrappy's gut like a sharp razor, making it hard for him to breathe, and his gaze strayed to Chaos, who was standing a few steps away from where they had been. The whisper was too soft and the subtle glance was too lengthy to detect, but now that he knew, everything made sense. Like brothers, they shared everything, fought and laughed together, celebrated successes and endured losses. But suddenly their trust felt broken, like shards of glass. Scrappy could not comprehend the confusion and mystery that suddenly surrounded Bambi, the girl he had known since childhood, the one he had shielded, and the one he had always considered a sister. His knuckles grew white on the floor and his hands clenched into fists as he felt the wrath rising inside of him. He had always kept an eye on Bambi, ensuring her safety and attempting to protect her from the mayhem that ensued after them all. His vision got fuzzy, and his breath came in short bursts as he surged like an untamed storm beneath the weight of the treachery. Yet something prevented him from screaming and shouting to make them feel the heat of his fury. He came to the devastating understanding that Khaotic had been aware of his love for Bambi all along. But he had laughed in his face and kept the information to himself, despite the fact that it had only been a whisper. Now that the man who had been his brother and collaborator was a traitor and a stranger, Scrappy could sense his mental state beginning to degrade as his wrath overtook him and his thoughts became jumbled. He asked why he hadn't told me in a low, threatening voice that betrayed the depth of his rage. His chaotic gaze met his, yet there was chilly indifference instead of regret or apology. The last of Scrappy's patience burst with a look of rage, and he threw his fist forward, slamming it against Khaotic's jaw. "You never asked," he said, shrugging, his face unreadable. Scrappy's blood ran hot from the terrible collision sound that reverberated throughout the room. But he didn't care, because what mattered was that he had been hurt and shaped, and now he needed revenge. Bambi, who had been waiting in the doorway, moved forward, a look of astonishment and awe on her face. With a trembling voice, she pleaded with Scrappy. "This is not how you should handle this." But Scrappy was too furious to hear her, and as his blazing eyes met Chaos's, he stumbled back and used the back of his hand to wipe the blood from his lip. All that remained was the icy knowledge that the man he had referred to as his brother was no longer there, and that the woman he had previously defended was now standing on the opposite side. He had lost any will to fight, at least not the fight that Scrappy was looking for. "Scrappy kept it from me, but you both knew that," he hissed. Instead of answering, Bambi remained mute, and Khaotic did not. She talked with grief in her eyes, explaining why she had done this to him, why she had chosen chaos over him. One thing was certain as Scrappy stood there panting and his heart pounding. Nothing would ever be the same again. His ideas were too hazy to be logical because of these emotions. His trust in Bambi was shattered. His friendship with Chaos was broken. And in the quiet that ensued, Scrappy felt the weight of the betrayal pressing down on his chest. Scrappy pleaded with her to speak at all, but everything was gone in that. moment, leaving only an agonizing void. Beyond providing comfort and serving as a warning that the people you love the most may sometimes inflict unexpected pain on you. It was him who constantly called me derogatory names, spoke like a gangster, and insulted me. You came at me talking like that, but I don't act like a gangster. I don't threaten him. I don't play the victim. And I just don't talk like that. In the first place, I have the right to say anything slick or crazy, but I'm probably going to hard or something went wrong or something like that. So I want to apologize to Khaotic. However, I can tell you this. When he thinks I'm a bad guy, although he doesn't feel that way, we both agree that it feels chaotic. He just said, hey, if you feel like I'm not a good person in your life, then you need to stay like that, and I'm standing, and we're going to stand over no. Let him stand on me. No, he's going to stand on me. No, he did die. Stop. What I actually said was, if you think I'm a nasty person to you, then in response. He responded with something crazy like, oh, I don't have any beef. I don't have any Z. I didn't say, I had a problem with him. As I mentioned earlier, in the end, it doesn't really matter to anyone. Khaotic is constantly trying to be the victim. After giving a few folks a star, he will add, I don't want no beef, man. Gotta issue a stand on it. He wants everyone to respond, oh my God, no, since we are now mature enough to assess ourselves. Oh, okay, so wait, you know what your problem is? It's what I'm thinking as I watch. You're getting on TV to do TV. Dude, but you have a problem with me. Keep talking, boy. I didn't have any issues. I beat your ass 1,000,000 times. New Sensodyne. Rapid Action is the sponsor.